Out of nowhere, question of the week. Let's go into my guy, Chano Hayes. What's going on, brother? How are you?
Good, good. Beautiful Saturday, snowing. So your boy got a shovel in the morning.
It's snowing out there in the city.
Oh, heavy as hell.
Dang, bro, out here it was a lovely 68 degrees. I was outside in a t-shirt. Was able to go play basketball.
I hope he catch the bird flu.
Oh man, hey, it's a little different. It's not Thursday; it's Saturday night. But my question to you, sir, is: Seth Rollins had made a comment about the Luka Doncic Anthony Davis trade and said that there isn't an equal trade like that for AEW. Then he said maybe John Cena for MJF, and I think that's wrong. I feel like there could be a trade that's kind of equivalent to Luka and Anthony Davis. So my question to you, sir, is what trade would you do that's equivalent to Luka Anthony Davis between WWE and AEW?
It's hard. I don't feel like the MJF comment from Seth is that far off because AD is great. You know what I mean? AD is a great player,
Mm-hmm.
top 10, top 12 player when healthy. And that's exactly what MJF is. MJF is top 10, top 12 when healthy, when he's competing. Great talent. But Cena's past his prime. So who's absolutely number one? Hmm. Let's say Gunther for MJF.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Gunther's a clearly better wrestler, right? He's I believe he's probably a little older, but Gunther's a better wrestler right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what Luca is. Luca is better than AD, but it's not by like leaps and bounds. They're both top 15 players. Luca just happens to be closer to one than AD is.
Okay. Okay. You're making this make more sense than
Yeah,
Seth
you know what I mean?
Rollins.
Like I think it's you can make an argument that Gunther is top five in the wrestling world today, right?
Mm-hmm.
You
Facts.
can make that argument. I don't think anybody would argue that MJF is a top five wrestler in the world today. I think they would argue top 10. Top 10, top 12, like I said. So Gunther for MJF, what seems to be the trade, because I'm not going to downplay AD. Everybody's been shitting on AD like he's a used pack of condoms, and that's not what that's not what AD is. You know what I mean? Hurt, yes, but he's not a bad player, and I'm not going to act like he's a bad player.
I like that. I like that. MJF for Gunther sounds way better than MJF John Cena. I was kind of also on the lines of like, and I kind of like flipped it where WWE would be getting Kenny Omega. You know, the guy that's up there, older vet. You know what I mean? When healthy, he's gonna give you a 5-star match. So you send Kenny Omega to WWE, and then you send. I like Gunther is actually a really great pick. So you could probably send Gunther to AEW for anybody over on that roster. To be honest,
I would agree with you, but I Kenny Omega when healthy, he's top two in
in the
that
world, yeah,
in the
definitely,
world when he's healthy. You know what I mean?
definitely.
Kenny is 101 all the time.
You gotta send Gunther. You gotta send back Dragon Lee. You gotta send back You got to send back Andrade. Those three for Kenny Omega, and it still might not be a fair trade.
Listen, nobody in the AEW side is gonna be happy about it.
I feel that, but MJF for Gunther. That sounds like I said. That sounded way better than what Seth Rollins had said. Ringsiders, it's Saturday night. Your boys are going to talk a little bit about Charlotte Flair. We're going to talk about Jey Uso. We might talk about some Elimination Chamber. And we're going to talk about these cuts that just happened. But before we get into all that, let's go ahead and start our show.
Four sides of the ring, four sides of the ring. Everybody out here got an opinion, your ego shall die in the ring. If the debate's getting heated, we heating, you know it's been fire in the ring. We them guys in the ring, leave with your pride in the sling. Four sides of the ring, four sides of the ring. Everybody out here got an opinion, your ego shall die in the ring. If the debate's getting heated, we heating, you know it's been fire in the ring. We them guys in the ring, leave with your pride in the sling. Four sides of the ring.
What is going on, Ringsiders? Your favorite faction is back. It's not Thursday, it's Saturday, but it doesn't matter. I'm your host, Marcus Hernandez, the founder, and I am with my guy, Chano Hayes, Chano Theory, Tommaso Chano, Chano the God, Chano the Giant, Chano Flair,
Jesus.
Chano Omega, Chano Takeshka.
That's crazy. I'm having a severe case of identity crisis right now. Who exactly is Chano?
Who is Chano?
I'm gonna be in my therapist's office on one day. Who am I?
That's next shirt, Brandy. If you're listening to this episode, Brandy Savage, we need the Who is Chano shirt on the market. That'd be the #1 selling tee on our space. I promise you, if we put it up.
Who is Chano? That man is having a crisis.
Who is Chano? What's going on, brother? How are you, man?
Tired, man. My new couch came in, so the entrance to my crib is a little weird, and the drivers, delivery people were looking at me crazy. I was like, no. If you tip it over, we angle it. They was like, Papi, I don't know. I was like, nah. Come on. I was like, the bad guy sent me. He was like, who?
It doesn't work. It only works for SeatGeek.
Apparently so. Fucking. So I get the book for 20. I said, huh? And then they helped me get it in.
Hell yeah, there you go. It's always the money, bro. It's always the money. It's like, I gotta throw them $20. Help me bring this.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them. If I was a delivery driver, I would have told me to go fuck myself because it's an impossible ask.
You're better than me, bro. I'd be name dropping, bro. I'd be like, you don't know who I am? Marcus Hernandez, I'm the founder. 4 Sides of the Ring. Podcast host.
Like, yeah? Who?
¿Qué? Who?
Listen, sometimes you gotta get a little racist in here. You gotta grab your phone, but like, La Migra?
Never that, bro. Never that. One day it's gonna happen though. I tell my wife all the time, it's like, one day I'm just gonna be walking down and someone's gonna be like, oh my God, that's Marcus Hernandez from 4 Sides of the Ring. And I'm just gonna be like, yo, kid, shut up. Don't tell nobody I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm trying to enjoy my time with my family.
I'm not gonna hold you. If I was ever at Comic-Con and somebody just randomly said that and pointed at me, I think I would have an anxiety attack.
Be hitting everybody up. So yeah, guys, I think I got to stop this podcasting thing. Random motherfuckers know who I am now. Can't happen.
Hold you because obviously we're not big, right? We're not like this crazy extravagant podcast.
Right.
One of the 100 niggas that not listen to us on a weekly basis can identify me by person and find me in person. I am scared shitless. I just grab my son and Maurice like, we gotta go. we gotta fucking go.
I'm not Chano. That'd be hilarious, man. Oh man, let's jump into everything that's been happening this week in wrestling. We had a lot of cuts, right? Some people got cut. We had Sonya Deville got cut. We had AOP got cut. Who else got cut? What other names did you hear this week?
Davenport.
Blair Davenport.
Yes.
Cedric
Alexander, the Good Brothers, Giovanni Vinci, and Isla Dawn. I feel like I'm missing one. But that's
Isla Dawn got cut?
Yeah, she got cut.
That's got to be TNA. That's where her man wrestles. She's got to be going to TNA.
I mean,
I don't think. Never mind. I don't think it's Isla Dawn. I might be getting no reviews.
Even if she go to TNA, she's still gonna be in the mix with WWE. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, anybody that goes to TNA, you're still in the mix with WWE. It's kind of like a slap in the face. Like, yeah, we don't want you on our roster, but we want you on their roster, and we'll see you on the flip side.
I'm not even gonna hold you, man. Like wrestling cuts aren't as like devastating today as it is like it was like 5-6 years ago. You know what I mean? You have options.
That's true.
The indies is prominent as ever because wrestling is in a boom state.
The Good Brothers is pretty surprising too because that's a very established tag team that could help any of your tag teams develop. And they were on NXT, and I mean, I know everybody that listens to us, I was complaining that they were on NXT because they deserve so much better because they're a great tag team.
No, they deserve to be on NXT when it's NXT. They were talking shit. They got caught for talking shit, and they got sent down to NXT to go put some young guys over, bro.
I guess that's true too.
But then after the NXT run, it was like they ran into the issue they had before. They wasn't using it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
On the main roster.
When AJ Styles was on television, they weren't on television.
Remember, he turned heel, bro. He turned heel, and they was like, "We can't stand for this." And AJ was like, "Okay, go off yourselves."
He was just like, "Deuces."
He's like, bro, I
Now,
haven't
now
been.
look at them. Got cut.
He's like, bro, I haven't been in the Bullet Club for over 12 years, bro. Like, I don't know what you want from me. like it's over. It's done for, bro. What you want?
Sonya Deville, I'm not too surprised about it. You know, she hasn't done much since she's been back on television. You know what I mean? After everything that has happened with her, and coming back from injury, coming back from her home incident. So, yeah, to me, that makes sense to let her go. She didn't really seem like she was all the way like. She didn't seem like she was mentally ready to be wrestling again. If that kind of makes sense, like she could kind of see it. She like hesitated a lot in some of her matches. I think because she didn't want to get hurt, or she might have been scared. You could, man, I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't see none of that because whenever Sonya Deville was on my TV, I just changed the channel.
That's right. You weren't messing with the faction. What happens with the THC faction now?
They just go to HC. They get rid of the T.
Now they're just pure fusion. There's no more collective.
or it's no longer pure, it's just a fusion collective.
Yeah, the fusion collective. Yeah, the fusion collective.
It's no longer pure. They tainted it. No, I'm not gonna hold you, man. It doesn't surprise me. But then again, I'm low key a hater. You guys know this. So
100%.
I'm not surprised. And like I said, being released isn't a death wish. Is it an initial shock? Of course. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You thought he was on a contract, you thought he had a year, but at this point, would you rather go the AEW route and sit out the rest of your contract, however long you have on it, and just literally not do anything? Or just sit out your 90 days and be able to plan out the next phase of your life? I think that's the merciful way to go do it. You know what I mean? You got 90 days to collect yourself, figure out what you want to do, who you want to wrestle for, what are your plans, and go at it. It's not a death wish. A lot of the people who've gone released have done great. Look at the Maximum Male Models, XMM. When they got released, it was like, oh, I don't know what they're gonna do. And look at them. They're on the Jericho Cruise, balling out there on Ring of Honor, AEW, entertaining as hell. Same thing with AJ Francis. Everybody hated AJ Francis initially when he got cut. They said, oh, this man is a waste of space, and he's one of the top heels in wrestling. Like maybe like top 10, top 12. Now I'll give him top heels in wrestling because the heels these days are soft. They soft as hell. So AJ Francis is one of the top heels in wrestling on TNA, making a name for himself and solidifying himself on TNA. It's not a death wish. A lot of these people are thriving.
That's true.
So it's not a death wish.
Some of those names too, like definitely some of those names. Like we spoke about the Good Brothers, they're going to be AEW bound. Most of their best friends work over there. Their Bullet Club members work over there, so that makes sense. Sonya Deville probably she'll definitely get picked up somewhere too. If she doesn't, she's definitely Hog, Rev Pro, GCW. These are names that are going to fill seats for any promotion. So if you book them right, they could definitely do it. Another name that did really good after she got released was Athena. I mean, she's killing it. Longest reigning Ring of Honor Women's Champion. She's a superstar now. I thought Ember Moon was always good. You know what I mean? It's injuries held her back a little bit, and creative kind of probably held her back a little bit too. There's like no storylines for her. But then, when you're going up against Charlotte Flairs, Bayley's, the Sasha Banks at the time when she was there, Becky Lynch, you have a young Rhea Ripley climbing the ranks. It's kind of hard to, try to put somebody else in that mix and build them up. So sadly, yeah, you got to let them go, and hopefully they could grow and become way better than what they were at the E. In most cases, they do. Right? Look at the success of Jon Moxley. Look at the success of Swerve Strickland. These guys just elevated themselves.
And I'm not gonna hold you. A lot of people are saying the IWC, they're toxic as hell. I don't know why I go on Twitter anymore, guys. Or X. I don't know why I go. You guys are terrible individuals. I generally mean that. There's H is getting rid of all the non-straight people, and I'm like, if you yeah, you can look at it that direct, but look at the flip side. They had no direction on creative for a while. You know what I mean?
100%.
Most of them were just in the back, just catching dust.
100%.
It's not like they were crazy merch sellers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because if they were, they would still be here. You know what I mean? Like, why? Like,
I think
they're over in the back, not doing anything.
I think a lot of people were thrown off with the Sonya Deville because she was out there doing press and everything and didn't even know that her contract wasn't getting renewed. You know what I mean? Then found out
Now listen,
was it getting renewed? But that's business.
It sucks, but it's business. And instead of letting her sit out the rest of her contract, however many months she had on, they said, "Fuck it, just eat the 90."
Yeah,
She could have had 6 months left, but they said, "You know what? We'll let you go in 3. We'll do the 90. We'll
right.
give you the 90. Just eat the 90, and you get to do what you want to do." Is it rough? Yeah, of course. Like I've been saying, but ultimately, would you rather sit on the bench for a year or 8 months, or just be free in 90 days and just do what you got to go do to take care of you and your family?
Yeah,
Wrestling is in a boom state right now, guys. If wrestling was dead and it was real decrepit like it was a couple years ago, I'd be like, oof, it's gonna be a rough for these
it's
guys.
gonna be a rough one. No disrespect,
not.
but Sonya Deville, the ECPW,
Oh my
wrestling
God.
the Zombie King,
And Zombie King will put her over.
the Zombie King, and the Zombie King has to put her over. Exactly, you're 100% right. It could be way worse, but wrestling, like you said, wrestling is at an all-time high. It's the most mainstream I think it's ever been in the last few years. So wrestlers, yeah, it's not the end of the world if you get cut. You can go not make as much money, but like Matt Cardona said, as long as you're promoting yourself, selling your merch, being at those tables, taking those pictures, doing whatever you got to do to make your money, you can still make that exact same amount of money. You just have to know how to promote yourself.
I'm not gonna hold you. Cardona is a great example because he's probably not making like as he's probably making money from like the matches, but I feel like the most of his money comes from pure merchandise sales and photos. You know what I mean? Like just pure like points of contact. Like because I went to the American Dream Mall the same day of Full Gear, and they had the GCW event, right?
Yeah.
I want to say primarily I was there. I was there for our good friend, friend of the pod, Santana Jackson. Was able to meet him in person. That was a great time. Also saw JBL and Kurt Angle. But then I saw Matt Cardona smiling, shaking hands, taking pictures with everybody that asked. He had a good, healthy line. I'm like, and that's how you do it. Maintain connections with your fan base, develop old fans into current fans, and just go from there. Listen, the money's always there to be made. Wrestling is booming. So best of luck to you guys. Stay healthy, be prosperous, and we hope to see you on the flip side. And you know what? Become undeniable. So when WWE does come knocking back at your door, you be like, no, I want it different this way. I want to be set up with at least a year's worth of creative and go from there and put it in my hands. Because that's all you can do.
Hey, you hit it right there, bro. That's all you can do. You know what I mean? Reinvent yourself, become way better. And if WWE comes knocking on the door again, wanting you back, the ball's in your hand. Say, hey, I want this, and I want that. And Triple H is going to be like, nah, never mind.
You know what? That's the main thing. Become undeniable. Become undeniable to the sense where you could be like, I want creative at least for a year. Get me creative at least for a year and leave and put it in my hands.
True. We got Taina's in the chat. He says the faction messed her up. He said the name alone makes you not want to get invested. But he says I do wish the best for her. And that's all we can do.
Likewise, they should have went with Mitchen's initial line, name for the group, the Stud Line. the Stud Line. That was crazy.
It was crazy that she said it
multiple times. Multiple times. She said it every single time they showed up.
I know, yeah. It was they just went with you're right. They should have just went with the Stud Line. It probably would have been way better.
It would have been nuts.
Oh man. Hey, we're coming off a crazy weekend. Royal Rumble, brother. How'd you feel about it? What were your thoughts? We're gonna talk about Jey Uso. We're gonna talk about Charlotte Flair because the IWC was tripping about Jey Uso.
Who want to touch base on 4? I could tell you the one I don't care about. I don't care about Charlotte with Flair winning the Royal Rumble.
Okay, let's talk about Charlotte Flair. Let's do it because me and Brady had a side conversation, and I want to know, man, were the boos valid for the Queen?
1,000%.
Why do you think so?
All right, so the main knock on Charlotte Flair is, right, it's that she wins the title all the time. She barely has TV time when she's not the champion. You know what I mean? She barely has views that's not for the title, which is granted. Great wrestler, phenomenal talent, legendary lineage. You know what I mean? So I think kind of people are like, you know what? When I see Charlotte Flair again, it would be nice to see her without the title for a little bit. But the first match, she comes back, she wins the Royal Rumble for a match at WrestleMania. Bro, it's crazy. And first off, it was a beautiful showing for Roxanne, right? To go into that final two, last as long as she did. But I generally thought we were going to get. I thought Bianca was going to win the Rumble, right? Thought Liv was going to win the Rumble. There was a few of them. It wasn't a lot of people that I thought can realistically win the Royal Rumble from the women's side because a lot of those women aren't made stars yet.
Right.
And they're not close to being made stars. Like if Naomi would have won it, I'm like, oh, that's cool. But Naomi's on the press. I think Naomi's on a level below of a star. I think she's phenomenal. I think she's a great talent, but I don't think she's a star. And I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that. Because I think
I could agree with you on that. She's
You know what I
not.
mean?
It was like dope when she won the title. You know what I mean? It was cool. It was awesome. It was fresh. But yeah, no, I definitely see. She's definitely a transitional champion.
And that's fine. You know what I mean? Because like you only have so few great names on a roster for women, like superstar. Yeah, Bianca. You can probably say it about Jade when she's healthy and around, just based off name value. You got Liv, you got Rhea. Io's on the precipice of becoming a star. Charlotte, you know what I mean? Like you have names that are there, but the rest of those women are still trying to find their niche in the way. Because if you think about it, you had like 5-6 NXT women inside the Royal Rumble,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not
Yeah.
going to tell me you saw any of them winning.
I mean, the only one that would win, and if she would have won, would have made sense, was Roxanne.
Yes, 1,000%. But Roxanne's not a star yet. You know what I mean? So it's prefer to be going.
Oh, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. We didn't say this earlier, but Brandy Savage is on a date. Nitram is camping. But if Nitram heard you say that,
I want to say this right now.
What do you mean, Chano? She's not a star.
Coming from the Nitram is somebody who didn't like NXT for weeks on end until they finally broke him in. You know what I mean? And now that Trick Williams isn't a champion, he's okay with Trick Williams. His opinion means nothing here.
he actually is good now.
He's a great wrestler, phenomenal, big strides.
No, man, dude, I'm with you 100%. The boos were valid. You know what I mean? And I get it. She was out there cutting her promo on Monday Night Raw, and I get it. You're coming back from almost a career-ending injury, something that could have put you on the sidelines, something that could have made you retire. I get it, Charlotte. I truly get it. But one thing you have to understand is that we are tired of this treatment that you get every single time, no matter what. No other woman in the history of the WWE has gotten treatment like this. You may see it sometimes in the men's division, right? When somebody is just super over. You got to throw the strap on them. But like, this woman could be gone for 2 years, come back, instant title shot. No matter what it is. And she just really has to understand that we're just tired of seeing this. We are tired of seeing her come back. We're not tired of seeing her come back because we want to see, like you said, we want to see her come back. We want to see her wrestle because she's top 3 and she's not 2 or 1 or 2 and 3. You know what I mean? When it comes to women's wrestling, you know, so
it was crazy because last time, right? To add on to your point, last time she lost the strap at WrestleMania to Rhea 2 years ago. She took some time off. Then she came back. And they was like, "How you cut the line?" She was like, "I made the line."
Right.
You remember that? She was like, "I made the line."
I made the line. Yeah.
What are you talking about? And then like she never lost her matches, right? There's always interference, and then they made it a triple threat match, and then she wasn't the one who got pinned. And then she had that match where she got hurt at. You know what I mean? But excuse me. But even then, I was like, all right, sis, you just came back from your little vacation or whatever the hell you was doing. You got yourself back in the title mix immediately. And then like your first singles match back, it was clip for your leg. You know what I mean? So it was like, damn, we didn't even get to see you outside of that's one of my biggest things with Rhea right now, right? I want to see Rhea be in the main event in the women's division without the title.
Okay.
That's something I want to see for Rhea, right? Because I think Rhea's incredibly talented. I just hate her booking. And I want to see the same thing for Charlotte. Exist in the main event picture without the championship.
You know who kind of does that well? And I know you're not the biggest fan of her, is Bayley.
Bailey's fine. Bailey knows. I like Bailey without the championship more than I like Bailey the champion. Bailey the champion sucks. I'm not a fan of her with the strap. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
Bailey's an elevator. She elevates talent.
Right.
I could say the same about Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch without the championship is great. You know what I mean? She gives
Mhm.
some of these women their best matches. She gave Liv her best match. She gave Lyra her best match. She gave Nia Jax her best match when she came back to the thing. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
Becky's an elevator. She doesn't need the
Yeah,
title to go do so. So
that's true.
I want to see that for Charlotte. I want to see Charlotte be a true elevator. I don't want to see that with her being champion.
Right. And Brandy, when me and Brandy were talking, he was kind of on the lines of like, well, she's Charlotte Flair. She's, the best. She's the has the most women's championship. It's like I get all that, but like why are we rushing her to tie her father? You know what I mean? Because by the time she gets there, it's not gonna be it will be a rememberable moment, but it won't be something that sticks with you because we know that it was forced. It was we got to stop spoon feeding her and allow her, like you said, allow her to go into that women's roster and prove to us that you are the best one in this division. We know you are, but we got to see it. We can't see the spoon fed Charlotte Flair anymore. I want to see the great queen, the veteran Charlotte Flair that says she is who she is. You know what I mean? Go out there and elevate women, put women over. You know what I mean? You're cutting these promos calling Rhea Ripley a child, calling Tiffany Stratton a kid. I get it. You it makes sense, but like help put those champions over. Stop acting like your shit don't stink, Charlotte, because I feel like every time we're gonna see you get the belt, you have the championship for a month, you get hurt, you vacate it, then all of a sudden you're back at the main event of WrestleMania fighting for the title
Not even the hurt aspect. She holds the belt for like 4 or 5 months. Don't know what to do with it. You know what I mean?
again.
Because you want to see. Let's run the realistic simulation. What's going to happen after WrestleMania, right?
Right.
Let's say she picks Tiffany, wins the strap. Who's the first opponent? Nia Jax. Well, nah, she's a heel. Who's the baby face? You go Naomi, right? Naomi
If we're talking SmackDown, Naomi would be SmackDown, yeah. Naomi,
Yeah.
Bianca.
Bianca might win the Elimination Chamber. You know what I mean? She might be on the
Right.
Raw side. You know what I mean? So who else? Who else is a super baby face on SmackDown? You're gonna go Chelsea Green? They have a whole mid cards women's division. You know what I mean? You just cut your challengers in half realistically.
Right.
You're gonna go Zelina Vega. So it's like it just doesn't work for Charlotte, not at all. And that's why I feel like she should just exist without the championship because she could be able to wrestle all the women in the division. Because
True.
that's my main qualm with having a mid card title and a world title for the women's on each brand. You cut your division in half. If you look at the Raw side, especially the Raw side, they only have one top heel in the women's division, and that's Liv.
And that's Liv.
And the rest of them is baby face heavy. You can say, "Oh, Raquel's a heel," yeah, but Raquel's not getting a reaction right now. Nobody really cares really much about Sis, and it's kind of unfortunate.
Hey, see, that's what I'm talking about. She was showing her big back. Y'all were like, I don't care about the big back. She stopped showing the big back. Now nobody cares about her.
So, you know who cares? Carlito. Carlito cares.
Carlito does care. We have Andrew in the chat. He says he agrees everything with us about what we're saying about Charlotte Flair. He says it's like she could have just came back and worked back up to the main event. All these women that worked their asses off all year just for her to cash in the Charlotte in the Bank. I like that. Charlotte in the Bank.
Bro, you know what I mean? Like
24/7 contract. Whenever, wherever. He also says, I wouldn't even mind if Rhea lost to Io or Bianca after the Chamber to elevate Io and Bianca. Let's be honest, Rhea doesn't need the championship. She is already established, and we agree. Rhea doesn't need the belt.
Oh, bro, 1,000% shit. Rhea does not need the strap. Bianca's established too. If you're trying to establish anybody, it would have to be Io Sky. Because I would say this once again, Io's first world title run sucked. She stopped defending the belt after January, and the WrestleMania match wasn't great. Maybe the WrestleMania match wasn't great because I was watching it live inside of a football stadium with the ring in the middle because I hate stadium shows. You know what I mean? But
Right.
Io's first run wasn't great. Maybe her second one will be, but it's It's unfortunate, man. You're gone for a year and a half. You have women that take your place in the division. They do their best to elevate and keep status quo for the expectations in the women's division, and you just come back and just like you never left. It sucks.
Yeah,
It
it
fucking
sucks.
blows.
It sucks. You know who won't get that when she comes back? Asuka.
She might, you know what
She's
I mean?
not. She's not. She's gonna get thrown back in with her damage control girls and call it a day.
She might prefer that. You know what I mean? She's.
I don't prefer it though, Chano.
I know all her tweets this week were about you. Stop pursuing romantic relationships. It's like, Marcus, what are you doing?
Andrew said, I think if she wins the title from Rhea, probably won't happen. She will become a Grand Slam champion, I think, which would be awesome. Is that you talking about for Io or are you talking about for Bianca?
Well, remember the Grand Slam doesn't exist no more because they created two
Oh,
more
that's right.
titles.
They created the two mid card women's championships. So now you got to get the women's United States and the women's Intercontinental Championship to become a Grand Slam champion. But he was talking about Io.
And if anybody wants to know, the Knicks suck. We lost 131 to 104 because we are bums. Terrible day in New York.
Terrible day in New York. No, Andrew, you're good, brother. No worries. But yeah, man. So with that being said, obviously you and I, we agree that the boos were valid for Charlotte Flair, regardless of what she was saying about her injury, regardless of what was going on. People did not want to see this. People could care less. She could have said she got shot. You know what I mean? Like 50 Cent came back. She's ready. Bro, we don't care.
No. I'm not gonna hold you. There was video footage of Charlotte Flair getting shot 7 times, and she's back in a match. I'm like, yeah, give that woman the strap. But her theme song needs to be "Many Men" the whole entire time. You know what I mean? Many men wish death upon me. Blood in my eyes, dog, and I can't see. I'm just trying to be what I'm destined to be. Trying to take my life away. Many men.
With that being said, with that being said, who do you think Charlotte's going to choose for Mania?
Tiffany, and it's going to be a layup.
Tiffany, I think.
I prefer the trilogy. Me personally, I prefer the trilogy. I prefer the Charlotte Flair, the Rhea Ripley trilogy.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Give me the trilogy.
But I don't know if I'm ready to watch Rhea give her the title back. You know, like just.
Honestly,
I guess. Does she win at Mania? Is the real question.
Yes, bro.
Okay.
Every single report I said that was like they're excited to give her back the championship. For what? Jesus Christ.
Andrew said, "Is Charlotte just sounded so robotic trying to cut face promo when she should just fully be leaning into being a heel?" Agreed. Instead of trying to be a tweener with the boos and the cheers. 100%.
I missed you guys. She probably did. I'm not gonna hold you. I've heard the crowd cheers is very addictive.
Before we move on to our next discussion, Andrew wants to know, what is our vision for the Elimination Chamber for Rhea, and how do we think it will play out?
I think they released the rest of the matches. Io, they said there's not going to be a last chance chamber. Roxanne and Raquel's this Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Piper versus Naomi. It's like I can't think of the other ones, but I expect Bianca to win. I expect it to be Bianca versus Rhea at WrestleMania from the Elimination Chamber. Or if they really want to, they can give us Liv versus Rhea at WrestleMania and just have those two fan bases kill themselves again for the next month and a half.
I agree. I think Bianca is going to win the chamber. We're going to see her finally in the main event run. Which actually, no, I don't see Bianca winning because there's a whole nother story that has to be told when Jade comes back. So, and I think we get Bianca Jade. Back. I guess that's right. That's if she comes back.
No. I just had this conversation with Mike. There's no Bianca and Jade at WrestleMania. You just added 2 more women's matches. That's the reason they added 2 women's matches. So there's more women's matches at WrestleMania. So you're not going to be able. How many titles you got? You got your 2 world titles.
Your 2 world titles and your 2 mid cards.
Titles. That's 4 matches already.
I'm not counting the tag team championships.
No, you don't have to. You got your 2 worlds. You got your 2 world champions, right? That's 2 matches.
Yeah.
Your 2 mid card champions. That's 4 matches.
Yes.
Your 2 mid card women's. Your 2 world champion women's matches. That's 6 matches. 2 mid card women's matches. That's 8 matches already. You know what I mean? And then you have your Roman match.
Yeah, bloodline match.
Yeah, then you have your two. Then you have your Roman, and then you have another bloodline match. That's already 10 matches. And then
Hey,
you feel the other ones. It's probably gonna. Who knows what's gonna happen?
five matches Saturday, 5 matches Sunday.
Nah, I think it's like 7-7. I think they did 6 or 7
Oh,
last
he's
year.
gonna break his
It's
five
mania.
match card. It's
It's, it's
mania.
it's fucking mania. I swear to God, if Triple H books 4 matches on on a WrestleMania, I'm done with WWE. I
Mhm.
might just be done with wrestling.
Andrew
That's
says we also need to get Bianca out of the tag team division and a singles competitor again, and I completely agree. She doesn't need to be in this tag team card at
I'm not
all.
gonna hold. No, I'm not gonna hold you. She low key does because the moment, if you notice, the moment they didn't have the championships, nobody cared about the women's tag team championships. They went into obscurity hella fast.
But that's not true because there's a tag team that could have the titles that people would care about, and that's Lash Legend Jakar Jackson.
And I think they're both great talents, but I also want to get you tested for PCP because those titles will get lost in obscurity. You want 2 unknown women to carry the women's tag division? You out of your mind? You might as well give it to Shayna Baszler and whatever her tag team partner's name is and call it a day.
I feel that. While we're in the talk of Elimination Chamber, man, do you think NXT, either the men's or the women's, maybe even both, should have an Elimination Chamber match?
Yeah, aren't they both having one?
I don't think they're part of the PLE now. I don't think NXT is part of the Elimination Chamber PLE.
No. Why the hell they need to be part of that shit for?
What, bro? You tell me. Obafemi, give me Trick Williams, give me Ethan Page, give me.
First off, Obafemi is a man amongst men. The rest of them, all the rest of the boys on that town are little boys. You know what I mean? Obafemi's just a goat. I don't want to
I feel
watch a
that.
live murder on television. I'm like, oh my god, he killed him.
Andrew said he's just ready for Mania. He can't wait. He said Rhea versus Bianca is probably the biggest card or biggest match they could have on that card.
I agree with you. Yeah, the only other match that would probably be bigger than that is Charlotte versus Rhea. Remember, but Bianca and Rhea
Yeah.
is up there too. 1,000%. It's a great match. They've been leading towards it for a while. They just never did it.
True. Let's take a short break and we'll be right back.
Dive into a world where every pinfall, every suplex, and every promo is celebrated in fashion. From the legendary 3-count trivia to the iconic bad guy wrestling, we've got the latest gear to elevate your wrestling wardrobe. Show off your passion for the squared circle. It's not just clothing, it's a lifestyle. Come shop with us and unleash your inner champion at foursidesofthering.com. That's foursidesofthering.com.
foursidesofthering.com. You can go ahead and cop all of our newest merch that we release, made by the one and only Randy Savage. Chano Hayes, my guy. This week has been a very like heated week, and the fans that were on SmackDown proved to the IWC that Jey Uso was the right choice.
Bro, Raw did it too.
Raw did it too.
Raw
You know, it's just the
SmackDown.
IWC. The IWC is tripping. You know what I mean? So that's what we're going to talk about it, man. Was Jey Uso the right choice to win the Royal Rumble? Give me your thoughts.
To be honest, me and my wife was watching the Rumble, right? We was watching the Rumble. I called a couple spots. Then I was naming her all the people who are realistic of winning the Royal Rumble. I was like, nah, they don't have a chance. I'm like, AJ Styles, no chance of winning it. So and so, no chance of winning it. I was like, Jey Uso. I'm like, it'll be cool, but I don't see it. But he could win the Royal Rumble. Then when it was Logan Paul, John Cena, and Jey Uso, I was like, oh my god. I'm like, Jey Uso can actually win this. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then he won. I popped. It's a testament to the hard work he's put in for the last couple years.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is a testament and a thank you for everything he's done for wrestling in the past couple years. And people are like, oh, he's not a good wrestler. But then they fix their lips to talk about LA Knight, which is crazy to me. You can't be talking about, oh, he's a bad wrestler and then bring up LA Knight because that's just crazy. Jey Uso got 4 moves. Cena has 5. You know what I mean? Cena's notorious for the 5 moves of doom. And I'm not gonna hold you. Most wrestlers only have like 4 or 5 big moves.
Right.
The rest of them are Irish whips, clotheslines, and some type of body drop. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Jey Uso, the kids love Jey Uso. He's a merch mover and everything else. Everything that you hate Jey Uso for it was exactly who Cody Rhodes was last year when he won. You know what I mean? To be like, oh my God, the fans are behind him. Can't you see it? Can't you hear the crowd love him? Can't you see that? Can't you see the merch sales?
Mm-hmm.
And now everybody's like, he got famous over a word. Like, bro, what are you mad about? Like, bro, it's like you guys are agenda people. You guys love to pick your agenda and run with it. Like, oh,
Facts.
if LA Knight was Samoan, I'm like, LA Knight could be Samoan, 1,000% Samoan, and that man would still be ass cheeks. Like, bro,
Yeah.
like, bro, what's the point? I hate it
Here's
because my man's been putting in good work, right? He's been putting in good work. He's getting rewarded for it, and you hate it. And then you bitch about predictable wrestling and predictable outcomes. Stop bitching and moaning about predictable shit and
Mhm.
just let wrestling create new stars.
Facts. No, and I mean it's just one of those things, like you said too. It's just like as you watch the Rumble, it's just like, okay, there's so many guys that could have won this, right? So many guys that could have this. But as soon as you started seeing them come out, even like when Drew McIntyre accidentally got eliminated, whatever the case that was, right? I was okay, Drew's not winning it. Okay, his story is he's got a different story. He's got to go do something else. Sammy got eliminated. Okay, Sammy's got another story. He's got to go do something else. CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, they got eliminated. That's their story right there, right? As you're watching it, you're just like, okay, Jey Uso's still in this thing. Jey Uso could win. I feel like people wanted Cena because this is Cena's last run or do whatever. But I'm telling everybody right now, get ready to start feeling bad for Cena on his last run with the WWE. My man ain't winning all these crazy ass main events. Y'all think he's gonna win? You know what I mean? He's gonna win the most simplest one, and that's how he's gonna get his shot. Like, let's be real about it. You know,
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. The idea of John Cena winning the Royal Rumble, winning Armenia, and holding the championship 8 months until he retires in December is absolutely fucking crazy.
that
You know what I mean?
would have been diabolical, and I love
Bro,
Cena. That would have been diabolical.
I feel you. I love Cena too, but I can't imagine a world where John Cena holds a WWE championship for close to 200 plus days for 8 months.
Mhm.
Having the most pointless matches of all time on the. Let me wrong. No, let me say this now. I want Cena to win 17, right? I want Cena to win 17 and I want him to hold the belt for 2 PLEs, exactly 2 PLEs. The 2 defenses, my man drops it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That's exactly how I want it to go. Or he relinquishes it out whenever his last match is.
That ruthless aggression PLE that was announced.
Bro, whatever works. I just don't make me sit through an 8 months John Cena thing because it's gonna go from exciting to real bad real quick. You know what I mean? Like I was telling, like Marcus asked me a question because to the listeners, you guys know I don't like wrestlers over 45, and I was like, I don't mind Cena winning 17 because I know this is his last full year of wrestling, but don't make me rescind that statement and have the belt on my man's for 8 months. Because I will be absolutely fucking livid every single week. I gotta watch this bullshit.
He wouldn't be there for 8 months. It'd really be like 4.5 months. He's got movies he needs to film. You know what I mean?
No. So what's going on is he still has 31 dates left, and he's already missed almost the first full 2 months of the year.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So once he comes back, he has all these weeks to fill out like back to back to back to back to back, like multiple times a month. You know what I mean? So the more
Mhm.
he prolongs this and it takes longer to finish this movie, the more dates he has to fill throughout the year.
Right.
So we're looking at a full heavy on run later on.
True. Let's get back to our initial topic. Our initial topic
I'm gonna sideways.
conversation. No, you're good. So yeah, we had Cena Jey the last 2. You think Cena's gonna get the attitude adjustment? Jey reverses it, backs in the ring, tossing about. Jey wins, right? I think at that very moment that Jey won, IWC just blew up. This is crazy, ridiculous. This man don't deserve it. But like, this dude has literally been busting his ass in the singles division, right? In the singles division. for the last year and a half, and we've been covering it. You called him everybody's favorite almost champion for
Bro,
almost a
is he?
year,
Is he
right?
not?
Knit Ram,
Is he
Knit
not?
Ram, Knit Ram has been saying he's just a tag team guy. That's all he'll ever be, is a tag team guy, and we weren't here to stand for it. When he won, I was hyped for him. I was happy. I was like, okay, this is it. Now we're gonna watch Jey Uso from this on out to the road of to till he gets to Mania. One, what can you do on the mic? Two, can you hold up on your matches? We already know he's over with the crowd. They don't have to worry about that. When that man comes out, everybody's ready to eat. From grown ass men to little kids. And you're the one who says it. If you can't get people to care about you, especially the children, you will not cut it.
And you
This
can't sell
man-
merch? My man's doing both. People
My man-
people find this shit.
Right. My man is doing both. He's was the number one merch seller for a hot minute. And that's including with CM Punk coming back. That's including Roman Reigns coming back. Jey Uso was the number one guy. Everybody was wearing a Yeet shirt, no matter how much Chano Hayes hated it.
Bro, you know what's the crazy thing about it? My wife asked me, she was like, "Would you wear a Yeet shirt?" I was like, "No, I'm not 16." No, but to that point, bro, Jey Uso was so over when Roman Reigns came back with the OTC shirt. It had Yeet on the back of the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
My
Mhm.
man was like, "Fuck it." He's like, "My cousin over, I'm over too, baby. Throw that shit on the back."
That's right. Throw it on the back. That's what I'm saying. It's just like, be happy for the man. It's crazy. It's like you said, the IWC picks who they want to pick. Because when it was Cody Rhodes and he won the Royal Rumble, failed at WrestleMania, won the Royal Rumble again, and then succeeded, everybody was happy for him. The redemption story for Cody Rhodes, he did it. He completed his story. So why can't we have that same attitude and that same energy for Jey Uso?
Because
This is a redemption story. If there's anything that WWE loves, it's a redemption story. They love watching somebody get dragged into a hole and then come right back and be on the top. And Jey Uso is about to do that. And if he doesn't do it at the main event of WrestleMania, we might have to take the main event name off of Jey Uso. But I'm just saying, put the strap on my man for about 6 months. Let him ride with it. Let him be happy. Let him do something that nobody in his first side of his family, and I'm talking about his father, didn't do. You know what I mean? Him and his brother are already have tremendous careers, and I will say they both have better careers than their father. 100%.
Yeah, it's crazy
You
to
know?
think about, though.
That is crazy to think about. That is very crazy to think about. But they're both better than their father. In ring, outside the ring, on the mic. Their dad was just.
You can make an argument that they have the third best career in their family, behind The Rock and Roman.
Yeah.
And you can make an argument that they have a better career than Roman.
100%.
The only two things Roman really has over them is his WrestleMania main event and the long title reign. But even then, the Usos broke the record for the longest reigning tag team title reign too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's low key something to think about. But also in that same thing, I think a lot of people get caught up in the bloodline vortex. They're like, "Oh, we're so tired of the bloodline." You're so tired of the bloodline, but look how many people benefited from it. Kevin Owens was able to come off a very great story with Cody Rhodes due to the bloodline shit.
Mm-hmm.
He's able to go into a fresh but repetitive storyline with Sami Zayn over the bloodline shit.
Mm-hmm.
Jey Uso was able to become a main eventer because of the bloodline shit. Look at Cody Rhodes. And I would stand 10 toes down on this. Cody Rhodes is only as big of a babyface going into his second WrestleMania because of Roman Reigns. If it was any other heel, it would have not meant as much. Roman Reigns was the real final boss. He was Bowser at the end of the castle. He held Princess Peach captive for 1,000 days. He thought she was never coming home. And here comes Mario finally saving Princess Peach. I'm telling you right now, Cody would not be as big of a
and we're
babyface
sick of
if
it.
it wasn't from. And you're sick of it. You're sick of the bloodline. How much has this family given to you in wrestling over 30 years, 30, 40 years of wrestling? You're like, I'm tired of this. So I'm tired of this Samoan bloodline. We'll get sick of it. Because Jimmy got 2 kids, Jay got 2 kids, Roman got 4 kids, Solo got 4 kids, Jay got 5 too. I heard he got like 7 of them.
He's got. I think it's 6. I think he's got 6 kids.
Bro, the bloodline, like Roman said on that podcast with O'Shea Jackson Jr. He's like, it might continue. This might continue forever. It's all they got kids.
And I'm telling you that the bloodline runs deep. I mean, it's like we talked about. The Inoue family might be the biggest wrestling family in history.
Bro, they are the royal family of wrestling.
They are the royal family. Like there's nobody better than them.
Bro, not bro.
They are like the Royce Gracies of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, bro. Like it just doesn't get better than that. And yeah, man, you can't tell me that people are tired of the bloodline, because every time the bloodline comes on TV, it's fresh. It's always something new. Now we got Jacob on the mic. Solo is back.
I'm not gonna hold you. You know how I know people are full of shit when they say that they're over the bloodline? When Roman and Jay are both in top 5 of the merch sales. That's why I know it. That's why I know they full of shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, Jacob Fatu is the goods. Yeah,
I'm just saying. You know,
they just hate brown people.
all week I've just, hop on X, go on the spaces, and everybody just shitting on this man who hasn't done anything wrong. He's been doing everything he's been told to do. He's been laying on his back, taking pins, putting people over. For God's sake, had 3 incredible matches with Gunther and put him over 3 times in a row. This man has a story he needs to finish. He has redemption he has to do. He has to get his face back. And I think he's going to do that at WrestleMania. But the question is,
I hope you pick Cody.
The question is, who does he pick? And this is another thing the IWC was tripping. Who the fuck came up with Joe Hendry? Nobody wants to see that shit. Get that out of here.
You know what's mad funny? The haters were like, "Oh my god, that's such a great idea." No.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Joe Hendry versus Jey Uso. That'd be the match of the night, bro. That's not a main event at WrestleMania. What the fuck are we talking about?
I'm not even sure if that's the main event at Stand and Deliver.
That's not the main event at Slammiversary, bro. Like, let's be real. Nobody, whoever started the rumor that said, "Oh yeah, things are going to change." I've heard things are going to change backstage, and they're going to add Joe Hendry, and Jey Uso is going to cut a promo on Friday night and say, "Yeah, I want to wrestle the TNA World Champion." Like, what?
I'm not gonna hold you. I said this in the group chat. I'm saying it again. Jey Uso does not need to win the Royal Rumble to challenge Joe Hendry for the TNA World title.
Nobody has to win the fucking Royal Rumble to challenge Joe Hendry for the title.
Bro, he could pull up and ask. Joe Hendry's a nice guy. I'm pretty sure he'll say yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? He'll be like, yeah.
All Jey Uso has to do is go to fucking Triple H, go to the guys at TK and say, "Hey, I want to wrestle that guy Joe Hendry from that brand we just bought for the title. Can I do that? Yeah, go ahead. Go do whatever you want, Jay. Go do whatever you want."
That makes sense. It's fucking super baby face against super baby face.
Super baby face, right?
Bro, the crowd is gonna be so exhausted fucking singing "I Believe in Joe Hendry" to go into Yeats. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, they're not gonna have no energy for the match itself.
I was just like, come on now. And it was like that. And somebody, I seen another one was like, "Oh, he might as well either go for the United States or the IC title because those story makes more sense." It's like, yo, what are you guys talking about?
What? How does it make sense?
That's what I'm saying. I was just like, you know what? Let me close this app because people are shitting on my guy Jey Uso for no apparent reason. It doesn't make any sense. You know, if anybody deserves anything in wrestling right now from wrestling, is Jey Uso.
It's the Cody Rhodes fans, man. I'm telling you, terrible individuals.
So, with that being said, brother, who do you think Jay is going to pick for WrestleMania? You said you want it to be Cody.
I want him to pick Cody so he could beat Cody, and I can deal with the Cody crybabies for a couple months because that'd be glorious. But realistically, I think he takes down Gunther.
Yeah, that's who I think it is, and it only makes sense. 3-0, like I said, got to get his face back, and WWE loves a good redemption. And you have your story right here. I could only take Gunther telling this man so many times, main event is just a nickname.
No, because you know what happens if he beats him at WrestleMania, Gunther's gonna be acting like a chicken shit every single time he runs into him. From that point on, he was ducking Sammy. You remember when he was ducking Sammy for the world title match?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
nah,
he's
buddy.
just a nah,
Can't,
buddy.
she can't start checking Jey Uso. What's
Nah,
wrong with
buddy.
you?
100%. 100%. Let's look into our chat here. Taino says he's talking about Cena here. Said Cena is going to go on a win streak, win the belt, retire with the belt as a proper champion. On the way, he's putting all the talent over while having a memorable feud with Melo. That's just his fantasy booking.
If he puts Melo over, I'll call John Cena the fucking GOAT. The GOAT times 2, because he's already the GOAT.
He is the
Listen,
goat.
I don't care if Cena wins the belt. I just don't want to see him hold the belt for 8 months. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let your nostalgia run over, be done for a second. Think about that. A 47-year-old John Cena, who's already limited in the ring for most of his career anyway. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He was never crazy, super athletic. He was never really technical. He never really had big, flashy moves. And think about that moveset 20 years older. That's who John Cena is at this point. A 5-knuckle shuffle we should take 5 minutes to go do, now it's going to take 15.
Brother, I'm not going to lie. Hot take. The 5-knuckle shuffle now is disgusting to watch.
It's absolutely gross.
My man jumps up with both his knees and then he's like going down. He looks like an old man doing it.
He's 47.
Andrew, he says, I hate to eat stuff. I love it for the kids and the connection Jey has with them. But me personally, I respect what Jey has done, and I like the choice for him to win at Mania. Says Roman went back on vacation until the chamber is over with. They are going with the injury angle, which, I mean, you kind of got to. My man got double stomped. Like,
both.
Bro.
Seth used both feet,
And
then he
sold
did it again over steps. And then he
And
did it
sold
again
it.
over steps.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna hold you.
Roman
but they
Reigns
did
is
it.
a Golden Globe for that freaking performance, bro.
My man's got concussed the whole way back in that long ass tramp. He had concussed. But I'm not gonna hold you. They don't want him to eat a pin at Elimination Chamber, and I don't blame them.
I don't blame him either. I don't blame
But
him.
you know, he might break into that. He might break into that chamber door and call Seth. I'll tell you that much.
Andrew also says, now when do we have Cody losing that damn title? We need that Homelander Cody now. I'm tired of a corporate good guy Cody.
Cody I'm kind of tomorrow, and I'll be excited.
I'm just saying, if it looks like we're getting heel Cody, they've been throwing stuff at us week after week after week. Friday night, I'm not sure if everybody caught it or not when he was his backstage segment. If you took a look at his logo is starting to get the blood effect, like dripping blood. It's not clean anymore. It's not baby face clean. It's starting to look a little heelish. So who knows? We might get that heel Cody very soon.
I don't know. They're talking about a feud with Drew McIntyre on SmackDown, so that only tells me then he's
but Drew's a good guy now. Remember, that's what he said. Yeah. Everything is he's fresh. He's not worried about it. He's happy.
Yeah, that means my man's still a hater. You know what I mean?
He's still
he's still a hater.
Andrew also thinks that Jay's gonna take Gunther at Mania.
So here's the thing, right? If Cena wins Elimination Chamber, does he beat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania? No, I don't see that. That just sounds absolutely crazy to me. I do have Cody losing by Money in the Bank, though. That's how I have him. That's how I have Cody Rhodes losing the championship.
That's true. Yeah. Let's take another small break, and we will be right back.
What's up, my fellow bad guys? Just when you thought we were down bad, Brandy's here to pick us right back up. Thanks to our partnership with SeatGeek, we got good seats and great prices. New users can score a fantastic $20 off their final ticket purchase by using the exclusive promo code 4SIDESOTR at checkout for any event. That's 4SIDESOTR. Tell them the bad guy sent you.
4SIDESOTR at SeatGeek, $20 off, but that is only if you are a new user. So you know what we say, like our friends over there at the Wrestling Realm. Just create a new email. Go ahead and buy your tickets. You got Elimination Chamber coming up. You got Grand Slam Australia coming up. You got WrestleMania coming up. So get your tickets using 4SIDESOTR. Tell them the bad guy sent you because it only works for SeatGeek. It obviously doesn't work for furniture companies because they don't know who the bad guy is.
I'm not going to hold you. If you go to Australia for Grand Slam and you need $20 off, you just cheap. You just cheap as hell. Because you probably paid mad money for that flight. Stop being cheap.
You probably shouldn't be going.
You probably should be going. You get $20 off.
Chana, you know what it means when you see the SeatGeek ads. That means I have a move the needle, and sir, my move the needle for you this week is: does Sami Zayn move the needle?
Depends on what instance. You know what I mean? The last year the WrestleMania stuff was cool for him. I like that. When he was with the Bloodline, love Sammy. He's one of those guys the Bloodline elevated. My man was wrestling Johnny Knoxville at WrestleMania the year before that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My man's was a joke. I like Sammy. Does Sammy by himself move the needle? Probably not. I like Sammy. Sammy's a great wrestler. Love him as a babyface. Love him as a Bloodline guy. Love him when things start not feeling oozy. I like Sammy. Sammy's the goods. But I don't know if he's a needle mover. I don't know. That's a great question. I like him a lot though. I think he's cool as shit.
I'm a huge fan of Sammy. Huge fan of Sammy. You're right. He did wrestle Johnny Knoxville. He made the best of it. But I've been watching him since NXT, since indie days, really, to be honest. El Generico, if you want to go that far. But I do think Sami Zayn moves the needle in a certain aspect when you want a good baby face and you want to see a baby face just get his ass beat over and over and over and over again, and then then he finally just there, and then he finally comes over and you have that moment. I think Sammy's always that guy for it because he can build that emotional aspect for the crowd. He can make you feel right. And what does the Zombie King say when he's on here with us? You want a reaction, right? Or react to reaction. We need the Zombie King here to say it, but you always want a reaction. And
fuck, what does he say?
Sami Zayn gives that. I forgot what he says. He used to say it every week, and I forgot what he said. But Sami Zayn gives you that reaction. You know what I mean? Sami Zayn can definitely make you feel for him and make you put you on that side with him and try to help him elevate to get where he wants to get to, right? So in a sense, Sammy does move the needle. But if we're talking like you're saying right now, if we're talking main championship caliber, Sami Zayn, WWE champion.
I think he's a nice transitional champion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he's a nice transitional one. I don't see him holding the belt for like a year. That'd be crazy. But
he's like a 3 months guy, 90 days.
Yeah, 90 day guy. Couple PLEs as a thank you. Thank you, Sammy. You mean a lot to this company. We appreciate you. We want you to hold this belt. But honestly, I feel like they missed Sammy's biggest moments. I honestly do so. If they really wanted to, they could have done that at the Elimination Chamber against Roman Reigns.
That's true.
They could have pulled that trigger, and I would have not been mad at it. Sammy was white hot.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn was incredibly hot at that moment, and I would have not been mad at it.
I mean, I think like if you really look about it, at that tag team match, I felt like the moment was more for Sami Zayn going over the Usos than it really was for Sami and Kevin going over the Usos.
Yeah, it was a cultivation of all the moments. Sami Zayn finally bleeding the bloodline and getting his. You know what I mean? So that was a dope aspect of it. Even the next year when he fought Gunther for the Continental Championship and he won the strap, that was a dope moment. I wasn't expecting that from Sammy, but he pulled it off.
Right.
I can see him being world champion, just not at a WrestleMania in a transitional reign. And I think he'll get one before he's a years old.
I like what Andrew said in the chat. He said Sammy just has that intensity I love in the ring. And I agree with that. I agree with that. He definitely has that intensity that you'd love to see. He can work his ass off.
You know what I need from Sammy? I need him to apologize for bringing Trae Young into the Garden. I'm not over it.
Okay, there you go. Sami Zayn, if you are listening, we need a formal apology to Chano Hayes that you are sorry for bringing Trae Young to the Garden.
And I need you to wear a Jalen Brunson next jersey as you do it.
Oh man. With that being said, Ringsiders, this was a short episode. Me and Sean just wanted to hop on. We wanted to get our thoughts off about Charlotte Flair. Jey Uso, the Royal Rumble, and just some other topics. We will be back next week with our full panel, of course, the Zombie King, Nit Ram. Andrew also says I need Melo to be in something important once. That's true too. Carmelo.
I like Melo's booking. It's very slow and methodical to put him into the main event picture. You know what I mean?
True.
Braun Breaker's rise into the main event was literally because he caught fire with the fans immediately. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He caught fire with the fans ASAP. Same thing with Tiffany. Tiffany caught fire with the fans ASAP.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? For Melo's didn't get a crazy instant reaction when he popped up to the main roster, but the fans was really starting to fuck with him, or not fuck with him because he's a heel right now. And his burn is going to be a little slower than most, and that's fine. But he's getting booked. That's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Start to be concerned when they're not on TV for weeks or months on end. As long as he's on TV doing something, that is more than enough. And it's not like he's just only having backstage segments. No, he's actually wrestling on a week-to-week basis.
That's true. I mean, and if you think about it, he's been on TV more than Andrade has been on TV.
Bro, he's been on TV more than Braun Breaker's been on TV.
Yeah, that's true.
He's been on TV weekly. He's an important part of SmackDown.
That's facts.
And that's all you can want. And that's all you can want from him. I understand what you mean, something serious, but bro, he's on weekly. There's nothing at that point. We just being greedy and just want the most for Melo. I mean, we just saw two people be on TV and get cut. you know what I mean?
That's true.
Let's just be appreciative that my boy he's on the main roster and he's on television weekly, because most of these, as you can see, most of these NXT people have nothing to do with them.
Oh man, I feel that. Andrew, brother, you could catch us. We're live. We're live every Thursdays at 9:00. You can come hang out with us and talk some wrestling. But for the meantime, Chana, let's go ahead and get our plugs.
You can find me on Yahoo. I couldn't get that word off. You can find me on Yahoo at CHANCKO_. That is my X account. I'll post shenanigans, mostly Nick stuff because the team gets me heated. But if you want to follow the official Twitter page of 4SIDESOTR on X, we will be doing a giveaway soon. We do have something coming up. Superstars versus the IWC. And we will be giving away copies of 2K25 WWE. So be on the lookout of that.
Yes, sir. But you already know. Follow us on all our social media platforms. 4 Sides of the Ring Podcast on IG. 4 Sides OTR on X. We are on Blue Sky. We are on Threads. We're not on Facebook. I don't think we'll ever be on Facebook. I'm not going to lie. But we are on YouTube. So like, comment, subscribe, share to all your wrestling fans, friends, fans, and family. You know where to find us. Every Thursday, 9:00. We had to jump on Saturday just to give you guys a little bit of content. But before we get out of here, let me go ahead and get mine off. I'm the founder, Marcus Hernandez, and we will catch you guys next week.